So circling back to like the heart of the question of like where is the industry today?
Yeah, right.
Is it everyone can do lithium at this point. You know, lithium batteries are fairly commonplace, and putting some solar in your boat is fairly commonplace. And even DC air conditioning is becoming a little more mainstream, like low draw, low energy air conditioning. Now, I think the cutting edge is all about, can I put a large enough lithium bank on my boat that can power an air conditioning system that doesn't just cool a cabin, but I can cool my living space during the day, and also equip it with enough solar to charge that and run it most of the time. But also, can I do all that and not have a diesel generator on board?
Yeah.
And have another engine to maintain and troubleshoot?
And induction cooking.
I was just going to say,
and water maker.
let's take off the propane too, so I don't have the flammable LPG on there anymore. And so you just completely take that system out of there, and you're right.
Yeah. And being able to do all that and then also have backups like this thing right here. I mean, you know, the Zeus and high output alternators, having that kind of technology on board means you literally can have all those creature comforts. It can be that, I mean, that Leopard 50 is a really good example, and it is a slightly unfair example because it's such a big platform. You have 4 kilowatts of solar on that boat.
That's crazy.
And you can't really even, from the dock, you barely see it. But on the monohull, it's a little trickier. It's still doable because the inside space is so much smaller. And we've done monos with 2.5 kilowatt arrays that have half the interior volume. But that 50, they can keep that boat at 70 degrees 24/7. And only if it's cloudy, need to fire up the engines for 45 minutes maybe to boost the bank back up.
And he said engine, not generator.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So
exactly.
generator was not on the boat. They don't have a generator on the boat.
Yeah.
So the state of the industry really is in the technology that allows you to charge your batteries faster than we ever have before. So, you know, typically a boat is limited to a inverter charger or maybe 2. And so a kind of tricked out one with 2 inverter chargers can charge at 240 amps into the battery bank. And the lithium batteries can take that kind of power. It's no problem.
Yeah. I mean, Tesla's charge at like 250,000 watts.
Right.
You know,
right.
so the
exactly.
throughput's there. I mean,
yes.
It's incredible. And that's how I think of this thing, is like a little mini supercharger, Tesla supercharger on your boat.
Right. Yeah, there's this. Yeah, exactly. I mean, and it's so much more powerful because, we were limited before. When you're plugged into shore power with a 50 amp cord, you can still only charge your batteries if you have 2 inverter chargers at 240 amps. But now, the one alternator I have on my engine puts out the equivalent of 300 amps consistently.
That's so much.
It's nuts. So when 2 of them are running, I have 600 amps going into my battery.
And when I heard 600 amps, my welding background kicked in, and I went, 600 amps? Like, I've welded inch-thick steel with that kind of electricity.
Yeah.
Like, I've melted I-beams.
Yeah.
Not with jet fuel.
Jeez.
And I'm on the lower end of the spectrum, too, in terms of charge capacity, the Leopard 50, because my system's 24 volt. As you up the voltage with the battery bank, the charging capacities get more powerful. And so the Leopard 50 has 130 amp 55 volts. So 130 times 4, 520 amps per engine. Wow. That's at 12 volts. So they're charging at 130 amps, 48 volt, 55 volt, which is for a 48 volt system. Yeah, but it's the equivalent if you have a 12 volt system. That's what a lot of people are used to speaking in, is 4 times that. So 520 amp from one engine. It's bonkers.
So much
it's just crazy.
Available there. That's really cool.
So higher voltage battery banks. Yeah, crazy amounts of solar, crazy fast charging, amazingly efficient air conditioning. That is another sea change that's happened in the last
2 years, 3 years.
Yeah.
That the fact
the
that
efficiency of the AC
system. 750 watts on that Leopard 50 to cool the boat down to 70 degrees. It's your average, for reference, if someone doesn't know what that is, like a Dometic, I don't want to poo-poo Dometic, 120 volt, Dometic's a common name, but just a non-specialty air conditioning unit, 16 to 1800 watts for 16,000 BTUs.
Yeah.
And the Leopard 50 is at like 55 or I think it's 60,000 BTUs at pulling 750 watts at times.
That's just wild.
It's crazy.
Yeah.